What's up guys, Mixology Matt here. Today is your lucky day. I'm joined by an amazing guest, Robin Wynn. We are be showing you how to make the perfect daiquiri. So Robin, some say the daiquiri is the ultimate bartender's test.
I agree with most people. Some bartenders don't, but I think that a daiquiri is a good litmus. If you're going to a cocktail bar and you've never tried any of the drinks there, or if you're overseas, a daiquiri is simple. It's rum, lime, sugar, and there's not any room to hide in it. So you can't really, fake a daiquiri. You're gonna know right away whether the cocktail is good or not. If that daiquiri is balanced, then chances are the bartender who's crafted that has also crafted the cocktails on the menu. And that means the balance of those cocktails will be great too. So then you know when you're spending money in a bar you've never been to before, typically the cocktails are gonna be good.
Couldn't have said it better myself. So Robin is going to show us how to make the perfect one. We're gonna give you our pro tips and let's see if I pass the test later in the video. Let's do it.
So typically when you go back to thinking what a daiquiri is about, the origins of a daiquiri in Cuba, a lot of bartenders will go to this on the shelf and use this. I am beyond that point in my bartending career where I choose a blend of rums to make the perfect daiquiri. And for that, I don't use Havana Club. So sorry to any Cubans out there. What I do love to use is Probitas rum, which is a blend of Hampton rum from Jamaica and Foursquare Barbados rum, which is a great one. You can see right here, 47%.
Okay.
We think about a proof in a daiquiri, 40% just kind of waters it down and you get a taste of rum, but you don't get the feel of the rum. And then right here, we've got a Clarin from Haiti. And this isn't a great rum in itself, 53.3% distilled to proof.
Wow.
Unaged and super kind of smoky and then grassy and green. So this one's gonna bring kind of like that typical molasses note, and this one's gonna bring that green kind of grassy, funky note.
Okay.
So between the two of them, you can smell it, get in there.
Ooh, that does smell funky.
Yeah, and between the two of them, it's gonna be a good harmony of spirits, and then obviously when you're making a daiquiri, good mouthfeel, good texture, and good ABV as well. First things first, people need to understand what ice we use for a daiquiri. And typically at home, you'll have what I call hotel ice. And those are small ice cubes that when you're shaking a cocktail, won't stand up to the shaker tin and will get so watery that you're gonna make a thin drink. And I wanna talk about texture in a daiquiri, or whatever, a margarita. And that would be a texture called chubby or chalky. And when I say chubby, a chubby mouthfeel to me is when there's richness from the syrup. You've got the lime juice that's there, it's just perfect. And those two together form like a cordial, and then you've got the rum. And if the rum's got texture and balance, then you'll have a rich, full mouthfeel. If a rum is lower or doesn't have enough congeners in it, which is like not necessarily additives, but those are kind of molecules and flavor esters.
Gotcha.
And if your lime juice is thin or it's fake lime juice, and if your ice is super thin and your simple syrup isn't rich enough, then it's gonna water down, become thin and chalky.
Okay.
And we don't want that in a daiquiri. A daiquiri should be good, balanced flavor.
Okay.
So ice is a perfect place to start.
How many would we need?
So we've taken 2 large blocks and we've cut them up. So we're gonna take 4 pieces. And these are larger, so when you're shaking, they're gonna stand up to the shake longer and they're not gonna dilute as fast. And it's gonna give a good temperature, which is also key. So when I test my bartenders at my restaurant, after they've shaken, to see consistency, we temp check their drinks with a digital thermometer. And we want them to be between -2 degrees and -4, which is really cold. And in fact, on the outside, sometimes you'll see ice coming on this. And that's a good indicator that it's cold enough. Sometimes bartenders shake for 10 seconds or do a loose shake, or I call like a monkey shake. It's just like we're not putting any effort into it. And for me, that lazy shake is not gonna make a good drink. I mean, a good thing I learned when bartending is that when you're shaking a drink, it's good to be like a Muay Thai fighter. So a good standing base.
Okay.
So your hips are equal. You've got a good plant. You're not kind of swinging. You're not on your tiptoes. You're not going back and forth. And especially if you're in a bar and you're making 200, 300 drinks a night, you want to have a good stance so that you're not ripping your shoulders. You're not tiring out. You're not going home.
It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Exactly. So the shake is super important. The temperature of the ice is going to be super important once you shake it. And then obviously at the end of the drink when it's coming out, again, we temp check those drinks to make sure it's cold. So if it's -2 to -4, by the time the drink goes up into your service well window, the server picks it up, gets to a table, it's going to be around 0 degrees to 2 degrees if it sits there and dies a bit.
Okay.
If you're at the bar and you're having a drink and it hits you and the glass is frozen from the freezer and that drink going in is cold, that's even better. The first sip is going to be ice cold. It's going to be quenching. It's going to be delicious. You're going to have a mouthfeel. And then the drink's going to open up as it warms up a bit. But it still should have balance to it.
Gotcha.
So we've got our ice. We're going to start off with a rum, the Probitas rum. And a daiquiri for me is a subjective recipe. So we're using a 1-to-1 simple syrup. For me, and we're using a cane sugar syrup, which is an even better source. I don't like to use refined sugar or the white sugar you buy on the shelf. And I think that's important to understand is that a refined sugar means that it's going to be super sweet and you're getting all sucrose and not the body and the richness that you get from the cane sugar. So for us, if I'm using a rich syrup, which is a 2-to-1, so 2 parts sugar to 1 part water in equal weight, and then what we're going to do is essentially use a 1/2 ounce because it's super rich.
Okay.
And then with a daiquiri with a 1-to-1 simple syrup, we're going to use 3/4. We're going to do 1 ounce of our Probitas rum. Okay. I'll give this to you. Take a look at the bottle.
Oh yeah.
And then we're going to use 1 ounce of the Claret and Vival. Again, this one's going to have that salty, briny flavor. So you're getting a little bit of that Jamaican funk, the pot still, and the column still from Barbados on the first pour. And with the Vival, you're going to get those grassy notes from the agricole. 1 full ounce of fresh lime juice. And then, of course, we're going to use our simple syrup, which is a 1-to-1. We're just going to do a scant 3/4. And I'm listening for that sound. The snappiness is what you want. And again, you can kind of see the frost forming here. And it's important to double strain this cocktail because you don't want icebergs. This is not the Titanic.
We do not want the ice chips.
So this is the daiquiri right here.
No garnish.
No garnish, no limes, nothing.
I gotta taste it too. From the man himself. Oh damn.
It's good.
That rum mix is fire.
It is good. The rum is balanced. The texture is chubby.
And there you have it, folks. That is our classic daiquiri. What's your favorite daiquiri? Let us know in the comments below. The way I'm gonna do this, we're gonna aim for 2 ounces for our spirit here. So with those calculations, I'm gonna aim for 3/4 of an ounce of our Havana 3-year.
And at 40%, that's gonna be either the top note or the lighter note.
Clement Bleu, I really like this bottle. Our final is going to be Rum Fire. This is a fantastic product from Jamaica.
This is the bottom note, the heavy workhorse of it.
So we're gonna do about 1/2 ounce just for some of that high ester, funky action.
Yeah.
So we've got our rum in the mix. Now, for our 1-to-1 simple syrup, I'm gonna aim for about 3/4 of an ounce here. And to bring things home, we have our fresh lime juice, a little bit higher. I want a little bit more acidity in mine. So I'm gonna go 3/4 of an ounce there. We are gonna add in our ice. Clear ice from the Ice Chef by Bartenders for Bartenders. Beautiful. So we're gonna close up, give that a nice shake. We're gonna get in our stance.
Good
Are we
stance,
ready?
fighting stance.
Let's go. And I'm happy with that. As you can see, we got a nice frost point over there. We are going to double strain.
And this is like super important. I wish more bartenders would do this on a consistent basis. Is that the ice chips just add to a different texture. It thins out the cocktail as you drink it, as the ice melts. And again, giving me wash line anxiety. Right to the rim, don't spill. You can take the first sip.
Okay, and there is our daiquiri. Let's see how we did here. Wash line anxiety. Ooh, I like that.
How's the texture feel to you?
Texture feels good. I've never.
Chubby or chalky?
I've actually never had to do this before. I guess because the simple is a 1-to-1, I would say we're in that.
In the goalpost.
Yeah, in the goalpost. Let me know what you think.
That's great. Mouthfeel's great. I'd say it's in the goalpost. I'd say it's got some chubbiness to it. Lime is great. The acidity is perfect. The rum comes through. I can really taste on the top element, the honey notes from the Havana. The middle note, you said the grassiness is coming through, a little bit of salinity, which again, a pinch of salt in a cocktail, pinch of salt, just opens up the drink.
There we go.
Daiquiri. Pass the daiquiri test.
You heard it here, folks. We passed the test, officially stamped by Robin. If you want to see more daiquiris in the future, Let us know your thoughts. If you have any questions for either one of us, please don't be shy. Where can we find you on Instagram, Robin?
DJ Robin James, DJ ROBIN JAMES, or Little Sister TO on Instagram. That's the restaurant I work down the streets. We do rum as our focus, cocktails, rum school, rum dinners, rum tasting.
Well, you guys are in for a treat because we're also going to be doing a Rum 101 video to give you all the tips and tricks, knowing how to buy, what it is, so you can pass your rum test in the future. Well, it was a pleasure. Thanks for showing us how to make the daiquiri.
Thanks for having me.
Cheers.
Cheers.